Yo, what's up? I'm Travis O'Leary. How you doing? Let's get I got my Xbox playing on my LG CX, but I'm gonna stream that to my laptop through the Xbox app or a Game Pass app or whatever it's called, and just send that to my laptop to record instead of using a capture card. One issue is if I get an Xbox achievement, it'll lag out a little bit. Kind of lags out for like 3 seconds if I get an Xbox achievement. Bear with me, don't close it right away. It's about like 3 minutes. Anyway, this is a Necromancer. I'm a Necromancer. I'm doing Bone Spear. It's the Echo Hack build from Max Roll. It's the leveling build. I'm level 52, doing Nightmare Dungeon 1 with 55 plus enemies. And I'm just, these are going buttery smooth for me. So I just, this is kind of like an update for you. It's kind of like an update for you. So the secret to my rotation is only cast at max essence and cast after consuming a corpse. Also, if you have a lot of corpses, get that mana back by popping the corpses. The miasma on the ground will do really well for you. It's like this dot from Corpse Explosion. See, I'm just hitting all these to get mana back, and then get this pink guy. He was buffing the nearby enemies. So I'm at half mana. I really need to get full mana here. I have full mana so I can attack. Boom. There's the key passive, the level 50 talent point that helps you do more damage per essence that you have up to the full. So, yeah. I have There's a couple other reasons, like maybe some items on gear, maybe another talent, I don't remember exactly, but it's like, yeah, casting at max essence is very good, especially on a boss. Like, be at max essence the whole time. I understand that sometimes you're going to get low, just build it up. The worst thing you can do on the Necromancer Bone Spear build is cast at low mana. Like, you have 0 mana, and you get just enough mana to cast one Bone Spear. No, that's the worst damage you could possibly do. You're going to cast it full mana and after you used a corpse. And it's just like buttery smooth. World Tier 3 was really hard for me, and the Nightmare Dungeons were really hard for me as a Necromancer. So I gotta build. I gotta build up my essence. It's like a night and day difference if I have max essence or not. Use that corpse and then attack. Bone Spear, Bone Spear is your main attack, and then Bone Storm. So I have an item for Bone Storm. That's one reason why I use it. It also buffs your crit by like 20% while it's up. It's basically a 1 minute cooldown. It lasts, the way it feels is about 10 seconds. It lasts, I'm not, sorry, let me check. How do you check like your abilities? Alright, so Bone Spear. Oh. No, I'm not using Bone Prison. Bone Storm. Damage reduction is increased by 15 just while it's active. Critical strike chance increased by 20% while Bone Storm is active. And I believe there's each time that Bone Storm damages an enemy, gain a barrier equal to 5% of your base life for 10 seconds. They make some barrier builds like increased crit when you have a barrier. Is that what increased damage when you have a barrier is? Stuff like that you usually see on like a sorcerer. So as you can see, I'm staying at full essence and using corpses before I attack. I believe my item only gives me like a 7% bonus for using a corpse skill. It can go up to, I want to say 30%. What is this? That's consuming corpse increased by 7% up to 30. Oh, it's 5 to 10%, and then like a 30%. Like a roll. I don't have the max roll. It would be 10%. So so basically, it's like 7 to 30% more damage after using a corpse. And it's night and day. I kind of figured that one out. I kind of just like blindly followed, or I followed a guide without really knowing why the things work, as Dioxide would say. But I've read that guide a few times by Echo Hack. It's the leveling Bone Storm build. I'm level 52, so pretty soon I could go into the end game Bone Spear build. Bone Spear build. I'm using the leveling Bone Spear build by Echo Hack. I just wanted to check in, you know. It's the beginning of the season. First weekend is over. We're getting into the long marathon version of the season. You've done the sprint, but this marathon started with a sprint, just so you know. We still have like 3 more months. It's like October 17th or something when this ends. And right now it's like July 24th, so we got 3 full months to do this. So I'm in Nostrava Deepwood. It's like this dungeon. It's just like it's like a tier 1, basically like a world tier 3 type nightmare dungeon. And I'm in Nostrava Deepwood. So I actually wasn't paying attention to the objectives of the dungeon. I was just like clearing. So we're gonna use a Bone Storm and watch my damage. My critical strike just go up. Look at that. Huge crits here. Huge crits here. Yeah, I just wanted to check in, make a video, you know. I believe the last time I made a YouTube video for Diablo 4 was like a couple days before the season went live. I was using a Summoner Necro by Macro Boy. Another Maxwell dude. That Summoner leveling build, definitely, the Necro Summoner leveling build, it definitely got me to like level 44. And then when I was doing the capstone at like level 46, I switched to Bone Spear in the middle of the dungeon. I was having trouble with the knights, and I just knew that the boss would be trouble with a Summoner build. I know there is like an end game Summoner build, and I've definitely seen someone like, you know, like Big Daddy Den, who's used to playing Summoner builds, like from like the Witch Doctor in Diablo 3. Big Daddy Den, he just, you know, this was pre-patch, but he beat the capstone dungeon with a Summoner build, so it's possible, and he beat it pretty fast. And yeah, the only thing that's been nerfed is like CDR and vulnerable damage. I still use some vulnerable damage in my build, but there's actually this item that makes my first Bone Spear on a target cause vulnerable damage. I'm not using that anymore. And I can get some. I'll show you. I'll kill a skeleton and get some vulnerable damage on a group by using the corpse tendrils that pulls everything together and makes them vulnerable. So watch this. They'll get vulnerable on Bone Spear, just like that. They get grouped up and vuln. But I'm actually missing the item that just vulns the enemy on my Bone Spear, which would be very good against a boss. And that corpse explosion with the miasma, it's a dot, and it will defeat enemies if you stack up enough corpse explosions with the dot. This AoE dot right here. We're right here. This dot damage over time. Yeah, you can actually do some damage with that attack. So we're gonna slay the tree bones. I just wanted to like run through one dungeon in this video. It's like a nightmare dungeon, tier 1, level 52, just chilling, you know. Bone Spear Necro. And trust me, Bone Spear Necro, if you like nerf Bone Spear Necro, you're making a mistake, because, I mean, it's been nerfed since the last patch, but seems to be working alright. Nerf it further. So there are people who do not read the guide on max roll over and over again to figure things out. There are people that do not mess with their rotation. And this build is very low damage unless you're casting at full essence and casting after using corpse skill. Those two So the max essence is the key talent point. So I'll show you that. What is it? Alright, so we got your bone skills deal 1% increased damage for each point of essence you have above 50 upon cast. So if you have 100 essence and you casted 100 essence, you're getting 50% more damage. I also have an item, I think it's my weapon, that busts that. So we got the ossified essence, that's the key passive I just showed. Do percent more damage for each essence. The key passive also increases the critical strike damage of your bone skills by 1% per essence up to above 50, up to 31%. So casting, you're getting like a 50% buff to your damage and a 31% buff to your damage for casting at full mana. And then we got this offhand that's a consuming a corpse increases the damage of your next core skill by 7 to 35% damage. Wait a minute. Let's make sure we're doing this right. We're gonna see if this is if Bone Spear is a core skill. Yeah, Bone Spear is a core skill. Core skill right here. Bone Spear got 7 out of 5, and we're going with the one. What is this? Bone Spear makes the first enemy hit vulnerable. Oh, I am making it vulnerable I didn't notice that. I didn't notice it proccing. Because there's this item, there's like a legendary that does that same thing, and I guess I stopped using it because here's my gloves. Skills deal up to 90% increased damage based on your available primary resource. So that's another buff to that. So we got 90%, got 50%, we got 31%. It's not 100. Is it 100% more damage when I have full essence? So I couldn't use the item that uses your. It makes them vulnerable on their first hit because we got the key passive one on the weapon. The corpse increases damage on the offhand, and the ring. Sorry, excuse the fact that I have a 0 ring here, a 0 gem ring. I'm waiting for something good to put in that because it's a 640 item power item. Okay, so 10% chance to generate 38 essence when hitting a vulnerable item with your bone skills. A vulnerable enemy. Critical strikes with bone skills increase your essence regeneration by 22% for 4 seconds. And imagine when you got that bone storm going, you got a 20% crit. Yeah, chef's kiss, right? Alright, so we got the sacrifice bonuses are increased by 30%. So we got the... I don't use these... I sacrifice all 3. So what do I got here? Critical strike chances increase, but you can't do the warriors. 20% increased damage to vulnerable, but you can't have the cold mages. And we got 39% increased critical strike damage, but you lose the golem. So we got that, and then the amulet is buffing your sacrifice bonuses by 30%. And I got the vicious heart in there. I got the devious heart in here. I do have an item with a wrathful heart, but it's like 300 item power. Let's get going and clear this. Let's clear this rift. So now you can see why my offensive, like my amulet, rings, gloves, and weapon, and offhand, I don't have room for that vulnerable proc from Bone Spear. And it looks like the talent I'm using actually procs vulnerable anyway for 3 seconds. So it's all good. And also when I use corpse tendrils, so let's use corpse tendrils here. They'll be grouped up and they'll have vulnerable. So it's all good. We still proc vulnerable. And that miasma, the corpse explosion damage over time. You gotta use the miasma ring. It does big damage. Watch it. I'll just let the dot kill this guy. See, so his shield's gone. Look at that. He's gonna die. So in like 3 seconds, his shield and HP were gone. And that's just from stacking multiple corpses with the corpse explosion miasma rune or whatever. So yeah, let's get it. Let's get this dungeon done. Blast Wave Shrine, find some elites. Pop. Like I said, I'm using the leveling build, so once you hit 50, you should probably start thinking about going to the end game build. But you're not going to be there quite yet. But I do want to switch to the end game build to Echo Hack on max roll. Right now, I'm just using the leveling build. Basically, I got like really good items for the leveling build, and it's as you can see, I can do the the sacred dungeons. Or not, well, it's sacred, but it's like a nightmare dungeon and sacred difficulty. So, slay the tree bones. We need. Gonna pop bone spear and get a corpse. Alright, I'm gonna leave that chest there. Alright, I ran out of mana, so just pop all these corpses. Boom, 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 boom. So how you doing? How you doing? What's up? What's up, YouTube? Alright, we're gonna hit a skeleton to get a corpse. I'm gonna use corpse tendrils as my corpse and get them grouped up. Just hit it. It's got that ricochet, you know. Alright, so the dungeon's done. We finished. Thanks for doing this dungeon with me. My name is Travis O'Leary. On YouTube, it's at Travis O'Leary. On Twitter, it's at Travis O'Leary22. Thank you so much. I'm out of here. I'm a necromancer. Or, in other words, I'm a cool guy. I had about 116 hours of Sorcerer in Eternal Realm. When the season came out, I knew I had to do a Necromancer. So thanks for watching. My name is Travis O'Leary. I really hope this recording worked because that was a fun, positive recording. Cool. Thank you so much. Peace. Peace. Peace.